Hello viewers, welcome to this session. Today we are going to solve maths paper 1 questions on the questions demonstrated here. We have question 8 on arithmetic progression, then we have question 9 on probability, and then question 9b, it's about applying the difference square. So let's get started. So the first question is, given that 99, 92, and 85 are first three terms of arithmetic progression. Okay, given that 99, 92, and 85 are the first three terms of arithmetic progression, then A is requiring us to find the sixth term. So before you even go any further, first of all, you need to know the formula for the nth term. Okay, so the formula for the nth term is equal to number of terms is equal to first term plus open bracket n minus 1 times common difference. This is the formula, a common formula that is used whenever finding first term, common difference, or number of terms. This is the formula that we basically use. So now let's use this formula to solve question A. So if we put the formula term is equal to first term plus n minus 1 times d. So we want to find the sixth term. So for us to find the sixth term, we are replacing it now. For us to find the sixth term is going to be, what is our first term? Our first term is 99 plus the number of term we're looking for is the sixth term minus 1. What is the common difference? The common difference, we just subtract the second term, the first term from second term. So it could be common difference is equal to second term minus first term. So in our case, second term is 92 minus the first term is 99. So the answer we're going to have is -7. So -7 is going to be our common difference. Okay. So let's substitute the common difference, which is -7. So now we want to maintain the 99, then plus 6 minus 1. That's basically 6 minus 1, that is 5, then multiplied by 7. So 99 plus 5 by 7, that is -35. Okay, so let me just lab here so that we can leave space for the calculation. So basically here we are saying it is 99 positive times negative, that is -35. So if we reach that far, we say 99 minus 35, 9 minus 5, that's a 4, and then 9 minus 3, that's a 6. So 64 is our sixth term in this particular situation. And then the question is also requiring us to find the nth term. The nth term is simple. So the nth term for this series that we are given, we are just going to substitute, because this is the formula for nth term. The formula which is here, term is equal to first term plus open bracket n minus 1 times common difference. This is the formula for the sixth term. So now when they want you to find the nth term given a certain series, they just want you to substitute the values according to the series that you've been given. So we're just going to say the nth term is equal to, the first term is 99 plus the number of terms we're looking for is n minus 1, and the common difference is -7. Okay, so now how is it going to be now? We just want to express it now. So the nth term is equal to 99 plus, we multiply -7 by everything in the bracket. So it's going to be -7 plus, -7n, -7 by n, that's -7, then -7, negative times negative positive, then 7 by 1, we are going to have 7. So what are we going to have here? We are going to have something like this. The nth term that we are looking for is going to be 99 negative times negative inside the bracket. That is going to give us, positive times negative, that's going to give us negative. So -7n, sorry, there is n there, and then positive by positive, that's going to be 7. So now let me lab this so that we can create some space there. So now where we have reached, we are supposed to finish the expression. So where we have reached, we have the constants here. So we can add 99 and 7. So number of terms is equal to 99 plus 7. So 99 plus 1, that's 100, plus the 6, that's 106. So 106, and then what are we remaining with? Minus 7n. So basically, where we have reached, this is the nth term. So whenever you are told to find the nth term, you just need to substitute the first term and then the common difference. Then express it, and it should end within this equation. There should be an n. Okay, so that was about question 8. Let's quickly go to question 9. So what is question 9 saying? So question 9, the first question is saying a 6-sided die is thrown once. Find the probability of getting a number which is a multiple of 3. So this is simple. First, with anything to do with probability, just pay attention to the question and what you're supposed to do. So we are saying a 6-sided die is thrown once. So now we want to look at first possible outcomes. Okay, if you throw the 6-sided die, then what outcomes? The outcomes we are looking at are, what are the possible outcomes if you were to throw a die? What are the outcomes? So by outcome, we mean this particular die can fall on 1-sided, 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, even the 5th-sided and the 6th-sided. So we don't know basically. Yeah? So we are going to include everything is possible. So all the sided are possible. 4, 5, as well as 6. These are the possible outcomes that can come out when you throw a die. It can fall on either of these sided. Okay. So now the second question is requiring us to, the other analysis we need to find, what probability are we trying to get? Find the probability of getting a number which is a multiple of 3. So we need now to find the multiple of 3. From these possible outcomes, what are the multiple of 3? By multiple of 3, we mean what numbers out of these outcomes can we divide by 3 without leaving a remainder? 1 cannot be divided, 2 cannot be divided by 3. So multiple of 3, 3 can be divided by 3. So we have 1, and then 4 cannot be divided by 3, 5 cannot be divided by 3, it's going to leave a remainder. That's what I mean by it cannot be divided without leaving a remainder. And then 6 can be divided by 3. So how many outcomes do we have? The chances of us having multiple of 3. the chances of us having multiple of 3 we are having is 3 and 6, meaning we have 2 possible outcomes. So the question is saying, find the probability of getting a number which is a multiple of 3 if you throw a die. So the probability of finding a number which is a multiple of 3 is that is going to be 2 over 3. I mean 2 over 6, because the die is 6-sided. And then if we throw it, and then the probability of finding the multiple of 3 or falling on the sided of 3 are only 2. These are the only 2 possible ways. So looking at that, if we have 2, then the chances of it having a multiple number is that only 2 out of 6 outcomes, and this basically the probability that they wanted. So it's 2, but of course in mathematics you are always advised to simplify to the simplest form. So this is going to be 1 over 3. Otherwise, if you leave it at 2 over 6, this is incomplete. 1 over 3 is the chance that of getting a number which is a multiple of 3. Okay, so now let's do the last one. When you are dealing with mathematics paper 1, always indicating the answer. Always indicating the answer. So let me just indicate so that you also don't get to make mistakes. So 1 over 3. And then we have another scenario here which is saying 1 minus 2t squared is equal to 25. So when you look at the answer here, is it demanding 2 answers? When you look at where you are supposed to put answer, is demanding 2 answers. So when given such situations, we are talking about completing of the square method. Eh? So how can you solve this equation? You are going to square it. You are going to put them in the square root. Immediately you add the square root. Here you are going to add the sign of plus or minus. Okay. So root of open bracket 1 minus 2t squared is equal to positive or minus root of 25. So I want to find this. So if 2 and the root is going to cancel, so we are going to remain with 1 minus 2t only is equal to plus or minus 5. So this is supposed to be solved now differently because we have plus or minus. So now you are going to separate it now. Okay. We have this one which is saying 1 minus 2t is equal to 5. And then we are going to have another one. Another one is going to be 1 minus 2t is equal to negative 5. This is how we are going to solve this. Okay. So it's going to be negative 2t is equal to 5 when the additive inverse of 1, meaning when 1 goes this side, is going to be negative. So minus 1. Then negative 2t is equal to 4. When you divide by negative 2, you are going to remain with t here because these ones goes. So 4 divided by negative 2, that's going to be negative 2. And then we want to go to solve on the other side. This side we are going to have negative 2t is equal to negative 5 minus 1. Okay. So negative 2t is equal to negative 5 minus 1, that is negative 6. Okay. Don't forget the rule of integers. Integers is when you are actually solving mathematics or you are evaluating numbers of the same sign, you add and maintain the sign. So negative 2t is equal to negative 6. So you are going to divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Negative 2 and negative 2 goes, we remain with t. Then t, negative 6 divided by 2, negative by negative becomes positive. Then 6 divided by 2, that's 3. So we are going to have two answers. T is equal to 3 or t is equal to negative 2. So you are going to say negative 2 or 3. And then you are done with this particular mathematics. Alright, see you next time. Don't forget to follow and or subscribe to the channel.